Is there anything you can tell me and the audience about the goat room?
No, there is not.
Of course, I'm Laura Marcia from Pedestrian TV, and thank you both so much for having a chat with me today.
Nice to see you.
So, we have waited almost 3 years for season two of Severance, and after seeing the first episode, I knew it was well worth the wait.
Oh, good.
So,
Thank you.
what was it back for you guys? What was it like coming back to the series after the strike, filming a few episodes? Was it nerve-wracking to know you had to tie it up kind of in a bit of a bow, or were you itching to get this out to audiences?
Well, first of all, we never left. We've been doing this for the whole time.
It's true.
It's like the process of making it has been going on so long. And then we did have to have stop for the strike last year. But, there was more pressure, I think, in terms of the idea of like an audience that's waiting for the show that really loved the first season. And that was, I think, also kind of exciting too, because it was knowing that there was an audience out there that was waiting to see the show, which you don't always have.
Yeah. We're really lucky in that way that the audience has remained engaged and been very, very patient over all this time.
Yeah.
Totally. No, we have been itching for it. So it's amazing that it's just around the corner. And look, Adam, this role is kind of unlike anything that we've seen, anything that you've done. What was your biggest challenge taking on Mark S in season one? And would you say season two, you have more of like a comfortability with this interesting character?
I think that the biggest challenge was figuring out and finding each side of the character. From the very beginning, it was important to all of us, to Dan and Ben and I, that it feel like the same guy, that it not feel like two vastly different people, which could be an instinct for an actor to kind of go after and try and make them wildly different. We were looking for kind of subtle differences, like how you behave differently if you're with your family or if you're at a party with strangers. Everyone has a few different sort of personas they work with out in the world. So we wanted it to be sort of an extreme version of that, where one of them has 40 odd years of life experience and the other one is, like, for all intents and purposes, like 2.5 years old. So it's just a matter of finding the differences between those two. And in season two, we get to see each one of them grow and shift a bit in wildly, different circumstances because of different information that's now being bandied about.
Oh, completely. I mean, in season two, we're seeing the innies kind of deal with the repercussions of their actions. They've got all this knowledge that they can't really piece together after they've broken kind of this severance barrier. But one thing I did want to ask you both about, there are so many different unanswered questions that I can't wait to see unfold in this season. But the goat room, is there anything you can tell me and the audience about the goat room?
No, there is not. I mean, there are apparently goats in this room. And I do think Gwendoline Christie, the actress, the incredible actress Gwendoline Christie, is in there.
She lives there.
Yeah. But we don't know that.
No, we don't. No. Gwendoline Christie, the actress.
Yeah. Oh, she lives there. Yeah.
She lives there.
But yeah, so got to keep the goats are. Suffice it to say, the goats are a thing. Yeah.
Totally. And we've seen them even in the paintings, in the strange religious paintings, we've seen them. So I can't wait. Very excited for that plot point. But look, along with the new season, you guys are releasing a companion podcast. And something I love about this show, just on a side note, is the fact that it doesn't give all the answers to audiences. It allows us to kind of interpret how we want. But, it's good to have this resource so that people can have a deep dive, learn about it, Severance for Dummies, if you will. But what can we expect from the podcast? Are there any behind the scenes secrets?
Yeah, it's been really fun doing it. First of all, it's also like a shout out to there are other Severance companion podcasts that people have done, which is so cool. And we were just so happy to see those springing up, that people are still connected to the show. And we just thought it would be fun for us to be able to have something that we could talk about the process of making the show without, spoiling it, of course, but also, have people from the show on, fans of the show on, and talk about really, what the experience of trying to figure out the show has been, making it is, and just, just kind of connect with each other on it. And I love podcasts, and I think this is hopefully going to be a fun thing for people who are into the show to be able to just have, like you said, another resource, another place to go and share the experience of the show.
Yeah, we'd heard that people were starting to rewatch season 1, getting ready for season 2. So we thought it would be fun to sort of rewatch it right along with them and talk about our memories of making the show.
Yeah, and we're going to keep going along straight into the next season too.